Let's start with the definition of ISO 14000-2015. It was an international standard that specified the requirement for an environmental management system. It provides a structured framework for organizations to manage environmental issues, reduce negative impact, comply with regulations, and continually improve environmental performance. These are the five purposes of ISO 40001-2015. The first one to support legal and regulatory compliance. It helps organizations understand and meet environmental law and obligation. The second one to promote continual improvement. It encourages consistent enhancement of environmental performance through planning, monitoring, and reviewing. The third one, enhance transparency and stakeholder confidence. It can demonstrate commitment to environmental responsibility to customers, authorities, and the public. The fourth one, integrate environmental concerns into business strategy. Makes environmental protection part of everyday operation and decision making. The last one, provide a systematic approach to environmental management. It can ensure an organization identify, evaluate, and control environmental aspects such as waste, emission, and resource use. So let's move to the importance of ISO 40001 2015 to environmental management. The first one, reduce environmental impact. It can help organizations lower pollution, minimize waste, conserve energy, and protect our ecosystem. The second one, improve resources efficiency. It encourages sustainable use of material, water, and energy to reducing cost and environmental footprint. The third one, strengthen our environmental compliance. It can reduce the risk of fines, penalty, and legal violation to the company. The fourth one, support sustainable development goal SDG. It can contribute to global environmental protection efforts and responsible practice. Let's know the key standard of ISO 40001-2015. The first one, Clause 4, context of the organization. Identify internal and external factors that affecting environmental performance. Determine needs and expectations of the stakeholder. Define the scope of the EMS. The Clause 5, leadership. Top management commitment to establish and communicate the environmental policy, assign roles, responsibility, and authorities. Next one, clause 6, planning. Identify environmental aspects and impacts. Define compliance obligation. Implement risk and opportunity assessment. Risk-based thinking. Set environmental objective and plan to achieve them. The next one, clause 7, support. We have to support, provide adequate resources, ensure staff competence and awareness, maintain communication procedure, manage documented information like documents and records. Let's continue next. Class 8, operation. Implement operational control to reduce environmental impacts, manage environmental emergency, integrate life cycle perspective, the design, procurement, and disposal. Class 9, performance evaluation. Monitor and measure environmental performance, evaluate compliance with legal requirements, conduct the internal audits, and perform management review. And finally, the class 10, improvement. Take action to address non-conformities, implement corrective actions, promote continual improvement of the EMS.
The next is I want to share about the comparison and critical analysis of ISO 14001 2015 Environmental Management System versus ISO 19001 2015, which is Quality Management System. ISO 14001 is the international standard for environmental management. And also ISO 19001, which is an international standard for quality management. In terms of the ISO 14001 2015, more focus about the environmental protection and sustainability. The objectives of the intent, firstly, we have reduced pollution and emission. Secondly, we improve resource efficiency like energy, water, and waste. And lastly, we promote sustainable operation. The next is the intent of ISO 19001 2015, more focus about the product and service quality. The objective is meet customer requirements. Secondly is reduce defect and errors. And thirdly, improve operational consistency. Here, the structure of the common features that both standards are shared. Firstly, we have 10 class NSL structure. Second is PDCA cycle, leadership emphasis, risk-based thinking, documentation requirements, and the lastly is continual improvement. Next one, we have structural differences between both standards. The first one is ISO 14001, which is we have environmental aspect and impact, compliance obligation, emergency preparedness, and lastly we have life cycle perspective. And also ISO 9001, we have customer requirements, design and development, which is product or service, and production and service proposition. And lastly, we have control of non-conforming outputs. The next one is implementation outcomes of ISO 19001 and 9001. which is 14,001, we have lower emission, waste and pollution. Second, improve regulatory compliance, cost saving via resource efficiency, better environmental reporting and reputation. And lastly, reduce environmental risk. The second ISO, which is 9001, we have more consistent product or service, higher customer satisfaction, fewer defects and complaints, improve operational efficiency, and better market competitive. Lastly is critical analysis summary for both standard. First is ISO 9001, improve internal performance, quality or efficiency. For ISO 14001, improve external performance, which is environmental impact. For ISO 19001, give direct market advantage. ISO 14001 give regulatory and sustainability advantage. The best outcome occur when both are integrated, supporting sustainable and high quality operations.
So we move to the discussion. Number one, intent of the standard. As you guys can see, for the first one, ISO 14001 2015, focus on managing environmental impacts, reducing pollution, improving resource efficiency, and ensuring compliance with environmental regulation. So for ISO 9001 2015, aim to achieve consistent product and service quality, enhance customer satisfaction, and reduce process error. So for the critical analysis, while ISO 40001 target environmental performance, ISO 9001 target quality performance. Both emphasize reciprocal-based thinking and continual improvement. Number two, structure comparison. For ISO 14001, include environmental aspect, compliance obligation, life cycle perspective, and emergency preparedness. And for ISO 9001 includes customer-focused design and development and control of non-conforming outputs. So, for their critical analysis, their structural alignment supports efficient integration, while their difference address distinct but complementary organizational needs. For the third one, implementation outcomes. For ISO 14001, we can see lower environmental impact, better regulatory compliance, improved resource efficiency, stronger environmental reputation. And for ISO 9001, more consistent product or service, fewer errors and complaint, higher customer satisfaction, more efficiency operation. So for the last one, integration benefits. As you can see, support continual improvement in both quality and environment, build stronger stakeholder confidence for customer, authorities, and community, and improve efficiency and reduce waste. The last one is enhance long-term sustainable performance. So move to the last one, conclusion. ISO 14001 2015 and ISO 9001 2015 different in focus but share a common structure that allow effective integration. ISO 14001 enhance environmental responsibility while ISO 9001 ensure consistent quality and customer satisfaction. When combined, this standard create a more resilient management system that improve efficiency, reduce risk, and support long-term sustainability. Overall, integrating both standards strengthen continual improvement and increase stakeholder confidence, making the organization more competitive and responsible.